India has seen exam scams, but nothing in its history compares to the scale, complexity, and chilling mystery of the Vyapam scandal. Vyapam, officially known as the Madhya Pradesh Professional Examination Board, was responsible for conducting entrance tests and recruitment exams for some of the most crucial positions in the state. But behind the official facade of a government-controlled board, a parallel system was running, silently, efficiently, and dangerously. For years, impersonators wrote exams for real candidates. Answer sheets were swapped during evaluation, OMR sheets were manipulated, exam center staff were bribed, and entire seats in medical colleges were sold for lakhs and sometimes crores. The system was so well-oiled that fake candidates would enter exam halls with modified identification, exam invigilators would conveniently look away, and middlemen acted as the bridge between desperate aspirants and corrupt officials. What made Vyapam truly terrifying was not only the fraud itself, but the fact that it operated smoothly for nearly a decade without the public realizing its scale. The scam began to unravel around 2013 when initial complaints surfaced about irregularities, prompting the first small investigation. What started as a suspicion soon exploded into a full-blown crisis as police raids recovered forged documents, mismatched photographs on ID cards, lists of impersonators, and detailed records of payments that revealed a network spread across multiple districts. Every day brought new revelations. The number of accused kept rising. The scam expanded beyond medical admissions into recruitment exams for government staff. Suddenly, the entire system of examinations in Madhya Pradesh was under a cloud. But just when the investigation seemed to be gaining momentum, something strange and disturbing began to happen. Reports started emerging of people connected to the case dying in unusual circumstances. Some were under investigation, some were witnesses, some were accused in minor roles, others were simply linked indirectly. Official records attributed many of these deaths to accidents, heart attacks, road mishaps, or unrelated causes. But the frequency with which these reports appeared created a wave of suspicion across the country. Newspapers began referring to it as a Vyapam death trail, and social media erupted with theories, questions, and fear. The public wanted answers, but answers were not easy to find. The death reports did not form a simple pattern. There was no evidence of foul play established by authorities. But the timing and volume created a national panic, and the mystery around Vyapam only deepened. Media channels held debates, activists demanded clarity, and families of the deceased sought justice. But the truth remained entangled in contradictions and bureaucratic silence. As public pressure mounted, the Supreme Court intervened in 2015, transferring the entire Vyapam investigation to the Central Bureau of Investigation. What the CBI inherited was enormous. Thousands of pages of documents, hundreds of witness statements, digital records from years of exams, seized devices, financial trails, and allegations that spanned multiple levels of the system. The agency began a large-scale reevaluation of the case, combing through evidence, questioning individuals, and attempting to reconstruct how such a complex fraud had operated undetected for so long. Over time, the CBI stated that no direct evidence connected the reported deaths to the scam, but that did little to ease the tension in the public mind. The mystery had grown too large, the coincidences too many, and the unanswered questions too heavy to ignore. Vyapam's immediate consequences were equally significant for India's examination system. The scandal forced educational boards across the country to increase security measures. Biometric verification became more widespread. CCTV monitoring in exam halls became standard. Identity checks grew stricter. Even the way question papers were stored, distributed, and evaluated underwent reforms. The scam reshaped national policy, created new guidelines, and changed the way Indians viewed competitive exams. Yet, for many families, Vyapam remained more than a policy failure. For them, it represented lives interrupted, futures destroyed, and justice that felt incomplete. Years later, the case still lingers in public memory, not only because of the fraud but because of the unanswered mysteries surrounding it. Vyapam wasn't just an exam scam. It was a story of systems breaking down, of people caught in a web of greed and ambition, and of tragic coincidences that left the nation haunted. It stands as a reminder that corruption doesn't just steal marks or jobs, it steals trust, opportunities, and sometimes lives. And as long as unanswered questions remain, the shadow of Vyapam will continue to loom over India's examination systems, reminding us of the price we pay when accountability fails and silence wins. If you want more forgotten stories, hidden Indian history, and untold mysteries like this, make sure you subscribe and follow Beyond Now India. Your support helps us bring more truth to light.